Hello, welcome to Clarity 16.2.1 feature supportability training. My name is Santosh Panchali and I'm a product manager of Clarity. In this session, we'll review the usability improvements made to canvases. So, what's new in this release? Canvas table widgets have been enhanced with ability to group by up to 3 fields. Next, there is support added for view options for canvas widgets. Also, ability has been added to display period-wise data for per period metric fields that can be added to table widgets. Last but not the least, status canvas gets new options to display names and dates of milestones in the milestone timeline widget. Now, let's check out these enhancements through a short demonstration. All right, I'm logged into Clarity as Patrick, who is a product manager and has access to investments. Here, I'm on the canvas of a project. Let's try to add a table widget. Let's choose tasks as the target object. And add a few fields to the table. Here, we see a group by bar where we can drop up to 3 fields for grouping. Let's group by phase first. Then let's also add status for further grouping. Also, the aggregation can be set from the column header menu. Let's do this on start. Let's set the aggregation to minimum, in other words, the earliest of the start. Now, let's see how this table looks. We'll expand this a little bit and click on done. As you can see, the table is now grouped first on phase and then on status. Also, the start is showing the earliest of the start in each group as per how we configured. Next, let's take a look at another enhancement in canvases. As we can see, now there is a new view options button available. Clicking on it brings a panel with different settings, primarily for per period metrics. In addition, in this release, there is support for viewing period-wise data for per period metric fields, unlike previous releases that limited the support to view just the grand totals. Let's check how these settings work with a view that I already configured in the interest of time. Let's switch to it. Here, we have a pie chart, a bar chart, and table widgets. As we can see, the tables show period-wise data for per period metrics. If we review the view options, we can see that we have chosen to display metrics for an year, and we have chosen to display grand totals. Let's change it to display sum of periods. As we can see, the numbers change based on the setting chosen. Now, if there is a need to override these settings just for specific table widgets, that can be done from the configuration of the table. Let's do it. Here, we can see additional settings for decimals as well as ability to display total throw. in addition to changing the per period metric settings through this override toggle. Let's change a few settings. Let's configure money decimal fields to 2 decimals. And once we toggle the override canvas per period settings, it initially displays the inherited settings from the canvas view options, giving an option to change them for this particular table. Let's change the time horizon to 6 months instead of an year. Let's save these changes. As we can see, the cost plan details now shows the period-wise data for 6 months only as configured for this table, and also shows an indication through this icon that the settings have been overridden. Lastly, let's look at another enhancement added to Status Canvas. A new Configure button is shown in the Milestone Timeline widget when configuring Status Canvas. Clicking on the Configure button displays options to show name and/or dates of the milestones, including today, in addition to option for choosing which milestones to display on the timeline. Either the closest 10 that shows up to 10 milestones from the past or future that are closest to today, or key milestones that displays the key milestones of the investment. Let's choose to display start and finish, milestone dates and names, and include today as well, and leave it to show closest 10 milestones. As we can see, the timeline now displays start and finish, milestones, dates and names with a marker for today, displaying these milestones close to today. This concludes the session on usability improvements made to canvases. Thank you.